All right.
All right, let's go. Let's watch some SummerSlam. Got some Trulies and a koozie.
Most fun could have with your clothes on. This sensational card from Madison Square Garden in New York City of SummerSlam 88. The wrestling extravaganza. Most fun could have with your clothes on. Of SummerSlam 88. This sensational card. The wrestling extravaganza. Most fun could have with your clothes on.
Welcome, everybody. It is the AWIPOD House Party. It is SillySlam episode 2. We're going to watch us some SummerSlam, as the mayor said before we got things going here. I'm your host, Brent Piles, and I do not come alone. I brought my buddy, the mayor of Canton, here with me. Mayor, how you doing?
Man, the mayor is doing amazing. It's Friday night. I just got off the phone with my buddy Ted. He was telling me about how the government's trying to take him for his money. Just terrible times, terrible times. I got your back, Ted. Hang in there, brother.
Government's always trying to take people. I always tell, I see people arguing about politics all the time. I'm like, I don't know what y'all are arguing about. Only thing that motherfuckers want is your money. So, I mean, you can argue about it all day. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about you, and neither does Joe Biden. So, write that shit down.
They want your tax dollar.
That's all they want is your tax dollars. And Ted, if you're the $1 million man, that's really got to hit you hard. You know what I mean?
What was the primetime players that they said? Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Yep, you're right. I forgot about the primetime players. Well, Titus O'Neil. He is the longest contracted WWE superstar to never appear on TV. When's the last time you saw Titus O'Neil on TV?
I don't know. I can't. Oh, wait. He hosted SummerSlam with Hulk.
Did he?
I think yeah. I think it was not.
Was that
no?
WrestleMania. That was WrestleMania.
Yeah,
yes.
WrestleMania maybe 2 years ago or last year. I don't know.
No, it was last year. It had to have been last year. Just 2 years ago, there was nobody there. Rob Gronkowski, I think, was the host.
Yeah, that's it.
And there was one fan, the fan twirling above the ring.
It was the only fan.
Okay, before we're gonna watch SummerSlam 1988. We're gonna watch them here, me and the mayor. Two things. Number one, I have never laughed harder in my life than I did when Michael Cole called that karate guy from Saudi Arabia a karate player. I've never laughed so hard in all of my life. You ever laughed at something so hard that you start getting embarrassed by the fact that you cannot stop laughing at this? That's how hard I laughed. I had tears streaming down my face. He is a karate player.
You know who was a real karate player?
Teddy Long?
Ernest the Cat Miller. I bet he was a karate player.
You know what? He was the OG karate.
Somebody call my mama.
Somebody call his mom.
The only time I've ever laughed like that was watching Nutty Professor in the movie theater. The first one.
So I watched Dumb and Dumber in the movie theater when I was probably 10. In the scene where Harry's in the Harry's in the bathroom after Lloyd put all the X-Lax in his coffee. Oh my gosh, I don't think I laughed. Okay, that was the hardest I've ever laughed. But the second hardest I've ever laughed was when Cole called him a karate player.
It was a close second.
It was razor thin line between first and second there.
Karate player.
A karate player. But then somebody else on Twitter they told me that apparently they're called karate players, and I looked it up, and he's right. They do call them karate players.
Really?
But I don't think Michael Cole actually knew that. I think he just said karate player because it just came to his mind. I don't know. I don't think Michael Cole knew the ins and outs of karate. Maybe Michael Cole's a black belt. I don't know.
Maybe. I highly doubt it. He is undefeated at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you brought that up because he is undefeated at WrestleMania. All right. I said two things. The second thing is make sure that you join us Saturday night. It's going to be October 30th, which you're going to hear this on Tuesday. So this coming Saturday, me and the mayor, we're going to watch episode 6 of WWF Superstars, and I promise you, we're going to be dressed like fucking idiots. So if you want to see some WWF Superstars live with me and the mayor and chime in and tell us your thoughts and feelings, and if you want to see us dressed like fucking idiots, then make sure you tune in.
You got any hint of the surprise? No, I don't think we should give any hint.
I mean, look, the only hint that you need to know is if you've listened to all the first 5 episodes of the Mayors of Superstars, you should know what we were going to be wearing when we watched the Mayor of fucking Superstars on Halloween Eve. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think we've got it coordinated. AWIPOD
Hall of Famer Glenn knows, and Jeremy knows too. I imagine that those guys are going to know exactly what we're talking about.
All right. I'm excited.
I might just
wear it to work on that day.
You should. I think you should.
That's a Saturday, so I'll wear it to work on Friday. I'll wear it for 2 days straight. I'll get it real funky.
Just put it around. Just put it on and just wear it for the entire weekend and see what Christy says to you.
We'll see how it goes. Might have divorce papers on my desk in the morning, but
hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. All right, pal, let's get into it here.
Right,
I am at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 19 seconds. I got a long cut out of the ring. Long shot of the ring here, and I'm gonna count down from 3, and we're gonna get this thing started. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. SummerSlam 1988. Shout out to the guys from the Mindless Wrestling Podcast who joined me for episode 1, which they got a stamp of approval from Steve Signor, former AWIPod host Steve Signor, and he said that those guys are highly entertaining. So they got the Steve Signor stamp. So they should feel really proud of themselves.
Yeah, I love the show with them. It was a good time. I mean, I wasn't on it, but I was listening along.
I appreciate that, pal. Yes, it was a good time. Shout out to those guys. Give them a listen. I believe their show comes out every Thursday. So check those guys out.
And I hope that you just switch their names randomly at times.
Okay, next time Jason's going to be Rob. Rob's going to be DJ, and DJ is going to be Rob. I'll forget that by then.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sounds really good.
Can you do a honky tonk dance?
No.
Not that this is on video.
And I'm not gonna do it here. It doesn't matter because like people are only gonna get to see what I want them to see. So if I dance like a honky tonk man, look like an idiot, you're not gonna get to see it. But I'm not gonna do it.
Oh man, look at that shake, rattling, rolling.
Look at those hips, pal. Them hips don't lie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Shakira's got nothing on honky.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but maybe.
I wear long sideburns and my hair slicked back. I'm coming through your town in my pink Cadillac. I'm just a honky tonk man.
He's a honky tonk man.
Howard Finkel, look at his nice mustache and
R.I.P. to Howard Finkel. So he was supposed to face Brutus the Bar Beefcake, but if you saw the first episode, Brutus Bar Beefcake got spurred to the face by Outlaw Ron Bass. So now he's going to get a mystery opponent. So we're going to see who this mystery opponent is.
Oh, no. I think I remember who this is.
I think by the fact that you said, oh, no, pal, I think you do remember.
Oh, man. I think Jimmy and Honky are going to be leaving sad after this one.
Whoever this is, Honky does not look happy. The fans starting to get excited a little bit here. Oh, it's the Warrior. Oh, God. He's so confused he doesn't know what to do.
That's his normal state, though. So he never knows what to do.
That's true. So I listened to the Something to Wrestle With 1988 SummerSlam and SummerSlam show that they did, and he was saying about how Honky Tonk Man refused to let Warrior do the gorilla press slam to him because he did it to him once and like grabbed his nuts. And so Honky said, I mean, you could do the clotheslines to me in the splash, but you're never, ever giving me that gorilla press slam again until you learn how to do it. And so he refused to let him do it. So that's why the Warrior only got the splash in, because Honky said, no, he squeezed my nuts last time. I'm not doing this again. And I don't blame him.
Yeah, especially in that velour tracksuit. You know, those things are just rolling around in there like a couple pecans in a sandwich bag.
2 pecans in a sandwich bag. So we got a total squash match here. The Ultimate Warrior is now the new Intercontinental Championship. I got to ask you, Mayor, what do you think would have popped the crowd more? The Warrior winning or Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake?
Oh gosh,
That's a hard
it
one.
has to be Warrior, but I hate Warrior. Brutus coming out with the X over his face still, like because he's still too bloodied.
He hasn't got it fixed.
He still hasn't found a Band-Aid. He's still bleeding.
He's been bleeding for months.
That happens when you take 900 somas a day.
That's usually, yeah. I mean, that had to do way less damage to his face than that parasailing accident did.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the physique and the hair on this Warrior here. That is a fantastic mullet, though, Mayor. You got to say.
I got to give it credit. I can't hate. It looks like he was like the lead singer of Warrant on steroids.
That's exactly what he looks like.
She's my cheer. I can't even. I can't imagine Warrior singing anything.
That was no. He would be the worst karaoke singer.
He just goes up there and shakes the shit out of the mic stand.
I don't know if you could hear that, but I'm shaking my mic stand.
Oh gosh,
we're just getting a promo.
Satin jackets.
The satin. I love the music, so we're just gonna get a little bit here. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
Mm-hmm. Jim Johnson just probably playing on a keyboard.
That's right. That's probably all it was too. Virgil counting all that fuck money.
I heard something funny today where they said that $1 Million Man is going to be at the courthouse for all that embezzled money from the tax money that he embezzled, allegedly. Sorry, Ted. And they said Virgil's going to set up a stand outside of the courthouse try to get autographs.
Wait, is that a shoot? Is he really being investigated for tax evasion or something?
Yeah, in the state of Mississippi, actually, do you remember his son? I think he was a tag champ with Cody.
Yeah.
His son is getting hit. He has to repay $4.3 million for embezzled money, and Ted I think has to pay back $750,000.
Damn.
Because allegedly they set up some sort of non-profit or something and collected money on it and tried to like run it through a church and clean the money, and they got caught.
Basically, so they're basically laundering money without selling cocaine. Is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Makes sense. I totally get it now. I got it now.
Who's on Billy Graham's shirt?
Skeeter from Doug, maybe with really golden hair. I'm not sure what the fuck that is.
I couldn't figure out who it was, but we'll go with Skeeter.
It's Skeeter from Doug with gold hair. I don't know what the fuck that was. It looked like a gremlin. It was weird. Oh, look at that physique, pal.
Don Morocco is muscled out. He is a rock there.
My God. Look at that, pal.
He probably still looks good. I know he's living in Hawaii.
I mean, why wouldn't he be?
He probably just
like that.
Does push-ups on the beach and goes and surfs and eats a coconut right from the tree and still looks amazing.
He climbs right up that fucking tree too. He's like 85 or some shit. He's got to be. Is he still living?
Yeah, he's alive.
Awesome. Speaking of somebody who's not alive, it's time for some shots. Here comes Dino Bravo. I know I'm going to hell for that.
Frenchie, is that his name?
Yep, Frenchie Martin. You got
Frenchie
it.
Martin. Did you say shots and Dino Bravo? Ironically,
no, I do it every time. I know I'm going to hell, but it's whatever. I'll see you there. If you're listening to this podcast, we're all going, so it doesn't matter. What do you think he's saying?
He's saying, he looks like the Finkel with a beret.
It's Fink's French uncle.
There's Timothy White.
Yeah, that is old Timmy White. Oh my God. So we got Don Morocco versus probably the most boring wrestler of my childhood. I'm sorry, but he was Dino Bravo.
Wait,
Fans seem to be heavy behind the Raw. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these guys face each other in the WrestleMania 4 tournament during Gigglemania 3. I'm not 100%, but I believe that's correct.
I think you're right. I think you are right. I don't ever remember Dino Bravo not having blonde hair, but I know like most of his career he wrestled as his normal hair color. I just don't remember him outside of anything other than WWF for this run in like 1988 or whatever it was, 89.
Yeah, so when I watched the Dark Side of the Ring about him, like this stuff about him being a big star in Canada, and I don't know. I mean, I always thought it was boring, but I could see, you know, how in Canada, if you're from Canada, they're really big of it. But and like maybe he got to show it like his character more, you know, wrestling there as a babyface than he did as a heel in WWE. But like I can't see it. But
no, was it he had character? Or just everyone was afraid of him because he was like mob tied.
Yeah, well, when you get shot 17 times in your living room and then never find out who it was, usually that's mob related. Oh my God, Dino Bravo's and shit. I need a timeout. I did not see Morocco doing an arm drag. He didn't see that coming.
Those are some deep arm drags. Ricky Steamboat like right there. What's
Very
Dino
Ricky
doing?
Steamboat-esque. He's getting some advice from Frenchie Martin here, who's carrying a sign.
What's his sign say? I didn't even read it. Something okay?
On tu toi. I think that's what it says. 1, 2, 3 in French.
In French?
In French, it says 1, 2, 3 in French.
Is he the Un, Deux, Trois kid?
Yeah. Originally, that was his wrestling gimmick. Yes, he was the Un, Deux, Trois kid.
This is before the 1, 2, 3 kid. This is originally, so Frenchie Martin was the original Un, Deux, Trois man. So maybe there's some sort of tie in there.
It's funny how we work these things out. The Berserker is Drew McIntyre's father, allegedly, and now the Un, Deux, Trois kid is the 1, 2, 3 kid's father, allegedly. So Frenchie Martin, they were just like, hey, what should we do with this guy? Give him every single French artist gimmick we've ever given. Give him an art fest and send him out there like he was just painting murals. God damn it, pal. I don't
His real name's probably like Steve Johnson.
It could be, pal.
It's like, who was it that was supposed to be Native American, but they were 100% Italian? It was like, was it Strongbow?
Strongbow wasn't Italian, but he was like, I want to say he was Hispanic descent of some sort.
Okay.
I can't remember, but yeah, you might be right. He might have been, but Boris Zukov was fucking. His name was fucking Jim. He's from fucking Virginia. So
Jim.
He's not, Big Jim from fucking Virginia.
Or Yokozuna being Japanese.
Yeah, so I told my friend Chuck that I work with that Yokozuna wasn't actually Japanese, that he was like, you know, Samoan, and like this is years ago, and like
he
it was
stopped
like
being your friend.
He fired me. Yeah, he said, "Get out, you got to go." No, yeah, it was like I told him that Santa wasn't real. He was like, "What?"
It's hard to believe for some. Ooh, nice atomic drop. You don't see that enough these days.
I love atomic drops. You know who did the best sell of an atomic drop?
Oh, Rick Rude.
Yes. I was hoping you would know that. But yes, Ravishing Rick did a tremendous sell. And his sign says that the USA is not okay.
No, I'm hoping for a Jim Duggan run out here.
Oh! You said Jim Duggan, so I had to do it.
Oh.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Still waiting on what can you name Dino Bravo's finishing move? The bullet wounds.
The exit wound is the name of his finishing. Whatever.
He hands his opponent a pack of cigarettes, and the mob puts a hit out on him.
I was gonna say the cigarette roll. Maybe that's the one. We're definitely on the way to hell. Jesus Christ!
I'm on a highway to hell.
If we've offended anyone, I am not going to apologize, because if you didn't come here to get offended, I don't know what you're doing here for. Big back body drop. I gotta say, I love the Rock Don Morocco, but this match sucks.
Don Morocco kind of reminds me a lot of Mike Awesome.
You know what? He might be Mike Awesome's father. You're right. I never thought of that, but you're right.
Maybe
He does
not
kinda
so
look
much in
like
the ring, but the face and the hair. I mean, it's almost identical.
You see, Timmy White took a boot from the Don Morocco, but it didn't fit. Are you serious?
Wait, was
Did
that?
he win with a fucking body slam? What just happened?
That was the cigarette roll.
The cigarette slam. It was the cigarette slam. Oh, what? Okay, so I guess
think-
Dino Bravo's finishing mover is a fucking body slam. Because he just won with a goddamn body slam. So, I mean, talk about boring.
I think that was Big John Studd's finisher too.
God, but at least if it's Big John Studd, you're getting body slammed from
7 foot.
6 foot, yeah, 7
air.
foot man. That's like fucking Dino Bravo's Steve size. He's short. You know what I mean? He's nothing. You could go to any country bar in Nebraska tonight, and somebody's wearing that fucking jacket that Ventura's got on right now. They're line dancing. I fucking guarantee it.
Is that a pink like fringe jacket or is it white? I can't tell the coloring.
It's dead. I think it's white. I want to say it's white. It's beige. He's also got a great dimple chin. Look at that chin, pal. God damn it.
I just realized for the first time ever in watching all of these episodes that I can max screen the StreamYard, so I don't have to look at like a tiny picture the whole time. I've never done that until just now.
I started doing that too, especially if it's not live and I don't need to see any.
Because you can't have to see the comments then if it's not live.
So you just make it big. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I feel like an idiot. Sean Mooney here.
Oh, you know what? I
almost missed it.
You know, it's not the Mayor of Superstars, so we just that's not this gimmick. Oh, look at this, pal. We got Neidhart and Bret Hart. This is going to be great. It's the Hart Foundation.
I'm feeling this might be a good match. It'll be better than Dino Bravo and Don Morocco, and I don't even know who they're wrestling. Demolition?
It is Demolition, pal. You got
wow.
It's a tag team championship match between Demolition and the Hart Foundation.
Did you see that video that was going around today with Bret Hart and on a talk show in Canada? Oh man, you got. I'll have to send it to you. It was Bret Hart in the '90s in a talk show in Canada, and lo and behold, who was in the crowd was Edge asking him how to become a professional wrestler. And it's 19-year-old Edge. Yeah, it's on like some Canadian local TV show. I don't know. It just kind of got on the surface today.
Here comes the smasher. We're Demolition. Sorry, I can't.
Walking disaster.
Pain and destruction is our middle name. That was probably the best 80s entrance. Fuck Hulk Hogan's theme song.
Demolition was great.
Demolition.
Why was Wait, I'm confused calling this back here. Was Mr. Fuji and Jimmy Hart both with Demolition?
So I think what had happened here is that the Hart Foundation was with Jimmy Hart, but they had recently turned babyface. And so I think Jimmy Hart's just kind of out here just to stick it to him because he used to be their manager, but they just turned babyface. So
I love that the Demolition not only is in like bondage wear, but they're covered in like glitter. Like why are their bodies glittered?
Well, the simple answer would be, pal, that they just came from a nightclub or a gentleman's club. Obviously, that's what they were doing. What? God damn it, pal! You've got the bondage wear on. Let's get some glitter on you, then you'll really look tough.
Nothing says intimidation like bondage wear and glitter.
Nothing says intimidation like bondage wear and glitter. It's
more glitter. God damn it, Bruce! More glitter.
Bruce, get in here and sprinkle some more fucking glitter on this Demolition guy. God damn it.
They are some big fellas. The Demolition.
They are. I don't like the way he's got his tongue sticking out of his mouth there with the glitter and the bondage wear. It's just weird. I don't like it.
Are the only people alive in this match in the ring? Actually, no, because Joey Morella is not.
Yeah, so yeah, Morella's not, and the Anvil's no longer with us, but everybody else, I believe, is still alive.
Oh, okay. I only thought one of the demolition was alive.
Who would have thought Barry Darso here would go from Crusher Darso to Smash or Axe, I can't fucking remember which one, to the Repo Man. So think about that for a second. Life comes at you fast. Beautiful roll up there by Bret Hart.
He makes the littlest things look good back then.
Yeah.
Nice arm drag, grabbing the extra scoop of the body so it doesn't look like they're just flipping themselves. You don't see that anymore. Like,
no, I mean, I just don't. I mean, so Bret Hart does what modern wrestlers do now, but he does it in a way that doesn't make it look like they're doing some sort of choreographed shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He makes it look like it's actually happening. I think Bret Hart, you could say that Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair is the greatest wrestler ever, but I think if you look at really in-ring technician, it's Bret Hart all day. It's got to be.
I agree. He just didn't have the over-the-top, personality that they did. Maybe he did, and they just didn't let him turn the volume up on it, but I don't think so.
In my personal opinion, like when he turned heel, that was like that was
fantastic.
So good.
I loved it.
That was just so that's amazing. Like 1997, I just go back and watch the year WWE in 1997 over again for the rest of my life, and I would be happy as shit.
And was he really being a heel, or was he just like telling the truth about Americans and people were angry and they didn't want to hear it?
Bingo.
I don't think he was really being a heel. I think he was just being himself, telling the truth, and no one wanted to hear it.
Yeah, well, if you look at it, he didn't really, because when people started turning on him, it's because he became this like he was whining. Yeah. But even when he was whining, he was still telling the truth. Like he had gotten screwed over so many times. But you're right. Everything he said was never wrong. I mean,
that's like my favorite kind of heel. Like when they're just being themselves and being truthful and not doing heel thing. Like Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson was like, when you think about it, he was like a baby face, but a heel in a weird way. Like he always told the truth. He told you what he was going to do. They didn't sneak attack unless it was like the whole Horsemen together.
Right. He didn't say he was going to go out there and kill somebody 6 times and then just spear him through a table off a stage.
Yeah.
Like that. Sorry, not to poke fun. That was a good match between those two. I don't like when wrestlers go out there and say they're going to do some shit that they're not going to do. Like, you can't tell me that you're going to go out there and rip both of his arms off and beat them with them, because you're not going to do that. So why would you say something like that? You're not going to actually kill Bobby Lashley. So don't say 6 times that you're going to kill Bobby Lashley, because you're not going to kill him.
No. Nobody
Lashley dies
would not let that happen. If you told me he was going to go out there and kill Zach Gowen, I might be able to buy off on it. Sorry, Zach Gowen.
Sorry, Zach Gowen. Really working Bret's arm here in the ropes here. Oh, God.
Wasn't
veteran.
Zach Gowen was the guy with one leg?
I believe that's correct, yes. I believe that is correct.
Man, they're working the arm.
They really are. I like the way they got it tied in the rope. That's just something like you don't see nowadays. You know what I mean?
The single arm tie in the rope.
Yeah, and then they're really working the arm. I mean, people really don't even work body parts. I mean, you might see a match once in a blue moon where somebody works a body part, but that doesn't even happen nowadays.
No, it really doesn't.
No.
Outside of Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's really good about that.
That's true. That's a good point. Kyle O'Reilly's a perfect example of a guy who knows how to work a body part. Yeah, that's a really good example. I feel like this is going to be one of those matches where we can't joke about it because it's just going to be too good. I mean,
yeah, I'm actually enjoying this match. Like, I got to find
something
to like.
Two of the greatest WWF tag teams of all time, especially at that time with these two teams. So
I'm just hoping Joey Marella does something stupid, because there's not going to be the shoulder breaker. Look at that. That's a great move.
Beautiful shoulder breaker.
And now he's still working the arm. It's all just like a good plan. Like, Brett had to put this whole match together for him.
I'm sure he probably did. Yeah. I'm sure that he probably did. Yeah. Mr. Fuji on the outside here. I always felt like Mr. Fuji flip-flopped between the Powers of Pain and the Demolition like 100 times when I was a kid. He probably did once, but for some reason in my young mind, I felt like he was with both
I feel-
teams, depending on which week it was.
I don't know if I should rewind and see what Axe was just doing there with his. I don't know what I call that move. It didn't look PG though. I'll tell you that.
No, I wasn't paying attention. Still working
Okay.
the arm here. Look at this. Everything about these guys aren't PG. They look like they need to have a safe word. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Glitter
they
storm.
really do. Glitter axe, pal. Glitter axe. Oof. They put Brett's arm into the damn.
And still working that same arm, making tags, keeping him isolated in the corner.
And they're holding the tag rope.
And both feet are on the apron when you make the tag. Can't be
That's
a back
right.
slap. Legitimate tag rules.
No slapping your tag team partner in the face to get in the ring.
No. The only time I liked when they did when rules weren't held in place was when Nash and Hall used to do it. They'd have the referees back and they pretend to tag and
slap your hands.
Those were my favorite. Like, I loved those rules being broken. Otherwise, I like a good clean tag match rule.
I mean, tag team wrestling can be really, really good when it's done right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I actually like tag team wrestling more than probably singles matches when it's done right.
Yeah, when you get a really good tag team matches, I think that thing that gets lost in tag team wrestling nowadays, especially if you watch just WWE, is they don't have real tag teams, and when they do get one, they break them apart. Like, right, I just was reading that they want to give Montez Ford a singles push. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Montez Ford, and I think eventually someday he could be a single star, but like, they're one of the more established tag teams that you have. You don't break them up. Like, you keep them together like you keep the New Day and the Usos together. You know what I mean? Like, that's a team that you keep together for years and establish them as a top tag team. I don't know why you would break them apart.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. What are you doing? My dog's walking through all the cords and like dragging around the laptop right now.
I knew the dogs were going to make a run, and I told Rachel before I came down here, Mayor's dogs are going to make a run, and the Anvil's in here like a house of fire, just picking motherfuckers up and putting motherfuckers down. Shout out to Jeremy, who he coined that phrase talking about Braun Breaker. We just pick motherfuckers up, put motherfuckers down. That's how you do it.
When Braun Breaker goes to pick you up, you don't need to jump for him. He's sending you wherever he wants to send you.
Right, you're going.
That's Steiner's strength, even though he's not.
Oh God, look at that!
Steiner.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
That was incredible.
That was fucking amazing. So Bret Hart like slingshotted Neidhart over the top rope onto one of the demolition guys on the outside. That was incredible.
Can't remember ever seeing him do that in any other match. I mean, it was like Big E diving through the ropes.
Yeah, or JC Jane on NXT the other night. No, it was way better than that. I'm just kidding.
Poor JC Jane. I'll let it slide. I didn't see nothing, JC Jane. Still good in my book.
I saw the whole thing. I seen it. Here we go. The Hart Foundation now making a comeback. I don't know if I would have tagged in Brett so soon with that bad arm.
It healed. He saw some medical staff on the side.
It was like a video game. There was like a health thing on the outside that he ran into, and now he's at 100% health again.
He did a bunch of taunts on the outside and powered himself up.
That's clearly what happened. You're right.
Oh gosh, a nice little backbreaker.
Backbreaker. God, Bret Hart, great. See, this is one of those matches. It's like you can't. It's like, well, you want to talk about the NFL because this match is too good to fucking joke. Mr. Fuji's up on the apron now, and he's taking a bunch of punches from Neidhart here. That's like 8. Oh, he hit him with the megaphone. Oh no!
How many punches if you can't knock down Mr. Fuji in a punch, Neidhart? Like, you're gonna have to tell him to sell that one punch. He hit him with more punches than Drago hit Apollo Creed.
Yeah. And Fuji just took it. They hit him with the megaphone, and Demolition is the winners. Okay. And I have relieved myself, and now we are back.
Oh,
Truly
who's behind the
316
curtains?
says Brent's really got to pay. Oh, here comes Jimmy Hart. He comes running out. He's got the fucking megaphone. He tosses it into Smash or Axe. I can't remember which one's which.
He axe
He
smashed
hits
him with
Bret
it.
Hart. Absolutely, he did. That's it. Demolition retains the fucking tag team championships. What a bunch of baloney.
I like how he's hiding the megaphone like Jimmy Hart didn't have it the whole time. Why didn't you just give it back to Jimmy?
Right, have Jimmy right. Yeah, you're right. They're being a little dramatic, aren't they?
Just a little bit dramatic.
Just a little bit. Oh,
Wait.
what do we got here? We're in the heel locker room. Was Dino Bravo in his tighty whities? Is that what I just saw? Did I just see Dino Bravo in his tighty whities?
I'm not sure Nikolai Volkov has any pants on.
Yeah, but
They don't realize the camera's back there.
they didn't even know. The Honky Tonk Man's pissed. You know what
Ultimate
he said,
Warrior
Mayor?
just grabbed me in the nuts again.
He said, spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow. I got to sing that every time I see the Honky Tonk Man. I don't know why, but
It's not even Jeff Jarrett, but they're both country singers, supposedly. Actually,
any country singer that comes out here, I got to sing that song.
it's going to shake, rattle, and roll.
I'm obligated.
Yeah, baby. I'm going to shake, rattle, and roll. Get out of here, honky. You need to leave this there, honky. You're robbed.
We were robbed. They didn't know who the opponent was, Mayor. It's not fair. They're expecting Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
I like how Mean Gene. Why did they ever call him mean? Was he ever mean back then? Or did
No,
he just
I don't
rhyme?
remember.
He should have been named Nice Gene. He always was so nice. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well, but he was such a nice man.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of a nice man, we've got the Big Boss Man, and he's got Slick with him.
My favorite thing is a cop being paired with a pimp.
That don't make no sense. You're right. Man, I gotta say, Big Ray Trailer here is looking handsome. I gotta say.
I love Slick. Slick was one of my favorite managers too. I forget who was saying that on your show.
That was DJ. DJ was saying the same thing. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
How they were influenced by Slick, and Slick was one of my favorite managers as well. I loved him. I actually think I would have him in my Mount Rushmore. I think he'd be my number 4.
That would be fair. I think we got Frankie, we got Coco. Beware the Birdman. Shout out to Hipster Cheeto. He was just talking about fucking Coco. Beware the Birdman.
Coco earlier, and Frankie.
He was.
What a call out.
He said allegedly that Coco ate Frankie. I don't think that's true, but that's just what he said. Here we go. So literally, when I was a kid, I had this I had this VHS tape, and I would watch it all the time. And I would always just hope, man, maybe just this one time, Coco's actually going to win it. Maybe Coco's actually going to beat Big Boss Man this time. I'd watched this tape 100 times, but somehow in my 6-year-old mind, I thought, well, maybe this time Coco's going to win it. But no,
are you talking this exact pay-per-view? You had this VHS?
Yep. This exact one. Yep. I remember watching it over and over. And I remember thinking, this time, maybe Coco wins it this time. Let's see.
As a child, I don't think I ever realized how short Coco Beware was. Like, he has to be like 5'5".
Well, I mean, compared to the Big Boss Man, he doesn't look tall. Oh,
wow!
Big Coco Beware splash is Boss Man's got like the Andre the Giant gimmick where he's got both his arms tied up in the rope here.
Andre did that every match.
every match.
Stay away from the ropes, Andre.
I'm not going to watch with you. I'm watching with somebody else. But the main event of this show is Andre the Giant in a tag team match. I guarantee you, during that match, he's going to do that spot. It's going to happen.
You think he got angry at Boss Man for doing his spot in this earlier match? Guys didn't like when you did that. Hey, boss, you put your arm in rope and no like that.
They put him in a house show match with Andre next week. He beat the shit out of him.
Look how large Boss Man is. I mean, maybe it's just because Coco's so small.
He's just a big man. He's just a hoss. My God, look at him. Ooh, jumping headbutt here.
He learned that
by
in
the
police
big,
school. Police
everybody knows
Academy.
the police academy teaches you the jump and headbutt. It's the first maneuver of police training is the jump and headbutt. Oh,
How many
he
times
put
do you think Boss Man wrestled in this shirt before it got washed? Look at those pit stains. Those things are stained all the way down to like his belly button. Look at them. They're so bad.
The funny thing is he's got keys. His outfit came with keys to put on his belt loop. He brings them with him to every city to unlock the cell.
Yeah, he's like, Coco, don't get me too dirty. I got to return this to Spirit Halloween.
Why does he need fucking keys? That's so stupid.
Well, you got keys for the jail cells.
He's got fucking keys. Can any police officer anywhere just go to the jail with their fucking keys and start unlocking doors? Is that what I'm expected to believe?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works.
Hilarious.
Coco's got some nice hair too.
He does. It's very nice.
Underrated. That's a good thick head of hair.
It is. It really is.
So's Boss Man. Boss Man's looking really young there.
Well, I think ironically he probably was really young there.
Was he like 24 years old?
Probably. Something like that. Oh shit. Coco Beware is doing some tricky shit. He did like a flip over kick to the face. I don't know what to describe it.
Slick is standing on the outside, and he's still taller than Coco Beware in the ring. Oh.
Oof. Earl Hebner admonishing the big boss man after that big.
Look at Coco
move
sell on that.
Beautiful. I think Coco Beware is probably a little bit of an underrated worker. You know what I mean? A little bit ahead of his time. Never really got taken serious because he's got a weird gimmick. But I think Coco's a little bit ahead of his time, in my opinion.
Yeah, he just was an undersized guy back then. I mean, right now in current wrestling, being 5 foot, whatever he'd be, 8, 6, 7, right. He wouldn't look dramatically smaller than everyone else that he wrestles.
Pal, you are so either he's been wearing that shirt for 6 months or he sweats like a motherfucker because that shit's down to his hips. What the fuck was that?
It was like that when he came out too. They were still like entering the ring and he had pit stains.
He tried to do like a top rope belly flop and he like I don't know how to even describe. Oh God.
It's like when you're 9 years old and you're going to go jump in the deep end for the first time. You're like, Mommy, watch. And you just do this awkward jump. That's what Boss Man just did.
It looked like he was on a sled going down a hill, and then all of a sudden the sled came out from underneath him, and he just went across the ground. That's what it looked like. And now Coco Beware is a house of fire here. He's laying in fisticuffs. Oh, he's headed to the second rope. Uh-oh. I feel like this is where it's going to go downhill. Oh, no! He hit the dropkick. Mayor, this is going to be it. My childhood dreams are going to come true. Coco's finally going to win this one. He's going to do it. He hits the big... That's it. 1, 2. Oh! I thought it was over. Mayor, I believe it.
You really had me sold. I thought Coco won it there. I thought it happened.
I wish he would have. Oh, what is happening now? What the fuck?
Would this if that accidentally happened somehow in this video that we're watching right now, would that eclipse your Kofi Kingston winning the championship?
It probably would. That'd be the end of the show. I just stopped the podcast there. It's not getting any better than Coco Beware finally beating the big boss man in the 1988 Survivor Series. But it didn't happen.
Dang it. Look how I think he's actually sweated another gallon of water.
Or something. I don't know. He's a handsome bastard. Coming to a trailer park near you. The big fucking boss man beat Coco Beware. Sorry, young me, but it wasn't meant to be for young Coco Beware. He's got cuffs out now. He's busted a seam in his shirt. Did you see that? Yeah, 2 of his buttons then popped on his shirt. Oh, come on. That ain't right. Police brutality. This is bullshit.
It does seem odd back in the 80s to have a cop as a heel.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wouldn't be a good way to go nowadays. That's for sure. So here we go. Beautiful sidewalk slam by the big boss man here. And he gets the 1, 2, 3 against my old pal Coco fucking Beware. And then he hit him with the nightstick, insult to injury, police brutality. I want this motherfucker's badge number. Somebody take his goddamn keys. Somebody get the keys.
World Star.
This is bullshit.
Nah,
Well, pal,
really
that's going to do
Coco
it. We're
won
going to pause it right here. I'm going to finish this show with somebody else. So
all right.
that's going to do it. It's episode 2 of SillySlam. I cannot stress this enough that you need to join us this Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Me and the mayor, we're going to be dressed like fucking idiots. We're going to watch some WWF superstars, terrible matches, great mullets. Join in. Give us your thoughts and feelings. Mayor, go ahead and cut a promo for us. Go ahead, do it.
Let's cut a promo here. What are we cutting a promo on tonight? About Coco Beware, maybe?
No, about how everybody should watch us next Saturday night.
Oh, about how everyone should watch this. Okay. Well, everyone should watch this next Saturday night because Coco Beware could possibly win on that Superstars against Boss Man and recoup his undefeated streak against Boss Man at SummerSlam that was watched 600 times by a young Brent Piles eating macaroni and cheese off a turtle's plate, just hoping one day that Coco won, and it never happened, but it could happen this Saturday if everyone joins in together and watches this in unison and chants Coco, Coco, Coco. The crowd's chanting Coco, and it's going to happen. But we need you. We need you, the fans out there, chanting Coco along with us. I don't even think he's going to be on the Superstars card, but if he is,
if he shows up at all, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I don't 100% know if he's going to show up or not. We hopefully. What I can tell you is that I'll be there. The mayor will be there. We're going to be dressed like idiots. So that's coming up next Saturday.
Is that the Royal? Are we watching the Rumble on that also?
No, that's different. I was going to get to that. So we've got that, and then I just confirmed this with Glenn and Jeremy today that they were going to do a live SummerSlam preview show too in November. So I think I can count you in for that, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, we're just going to figure out some, and also we're going to incorporate some Survivor Series, the second annual. We're gonna actually do the preview show and watch a couple Survivor Series matches from Survivor Series 1988 at the same time. We're going to work it all together. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be in November, and then the big one's going to come up after that. It's the second annual AWIPOD Rumble. You got to pick your team. Are you Team Piles, Team Mayor, Team Glenn, or Team Jeremy for the AWIPOD Rumble? We're going to watch the 1988 Royal Rumble. It's 30 guys, so each one of us is going to get 7 superstars, and we're going to play a little fun drinking game. It should be exciting. I don't know the date for that yet. We're going to work that out at a later date, but it's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you check that out.
I'm so excited for it. I love watching the Rumble, whether it's 1988, 2022, waiting for it to happen. Like, I pretend like I've never watched them before, and just like I'm so excited, and like I have no idea who's going to win, even though I know.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking to have some fun and pretend like we don't know who wins, even though we know. I mean, the Royal Rumble match is my favorite thing in wrestling. Like I love the Royal Rumble match. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like a favorite pay-per-view of the year is Royal Rumble. Above WrestleMania or anything, it's Royal Rumble.
100%. Yeah, I think that hit me around like maybe 2005 or so. I was like, I think that's about the time where I really started getting into the Royal Rumble, and I don't know if it was like that's when they said like there'd be title match opportunity that you're gonna get a WrestleMania.
So 93 would have been the first. 93 when Yoko won, it would have been when they first said that the winner gets a championship match. So that would have been the first one.
Has it been going ever since then? The winner.
It has. Well, there's been a couple. Well, just the one actually that was for the championship when Reigns was the champion. But every other one has been for a title opportunity. Not everybody has got their title opportunity at WrestleMania, but that's what it's been for. Yeah, since 1993.
Wow, I don't even remember that back that far. That was the whole stipulation.
I don't remember shit, but I remember lots of wrestling nonsense.
Anything wrestling related.
Yeah,
but you're gonna have to forget that night for pretending we don't know who wins the 1988 Royal Rumble.
I'm just gonna drink a bunch of tequila and just forget about that day. So that's gonna
And
be coming up.
heck yeah.
So we got 3 big live shows the next, we got one Saturday, one next month, and then the one the month after that. It's gonna be it's a good time for content on this show, I guess. But that's gonna do it for episode 2 of Silly Slam. Mayor, as always, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me. The mayor is very happy. Still speaking in third person at the end of the show, so we did pretty well here.
That's exactly what we need. I don't know if you got it in at the beginning. I don't think you did.
I don't know. If I didn't, that's why I had to, come correct at the end.
I've had too many Trulies to remember.
You started talking about tequila, which reminded me of The Rock, because he has his mana, and then I started thinking his song that he rapped on, and then I thought The Rock speaks in third person in that song, so I should too.
It makes sense. The mayor's going to listen to that song 8 times after we're done recording this. So we're going to catch you down the road, and we thank you for joining us.
Tip of the cap to you, my friends.
Very nice.
SummerSlam 88. This sensational card. The wrestling extravaganza. Most fun could have with your clothes on.
I remember the Gund Arena.
Heck yeah.
Which I'm sorry, but they had Mark Price and Brad Doherty. That's the boringest basketball team of all time. And Brad Doherty's a Tar Heel, and I'm a Tar Heels fan, but boringest basketball player of all time.
Oh, man. I loved watching Mark Price play. Him and Craig Elo and Brad Doherty.
Only people in Cleveland would say that. Nobody outside.
No one else.
Nobody outside of Ohio liked to watch Mark Price play. Nobody.
And Danny Ferry and Craig Elo and God, we had some real winners. Hot Rod Williams.
They had fucking.
And then your team sniped Ron Harper from us, and it was all downhill from there.
Well, I remember they had Dominique Wilkins' brother, Gerald Wilkins, remember?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know they were related. Or did you just make that up?
I thought they were. When I was a child, I certainly thought they were related. Maybe that's all bullshit. God damn it, now I gotta look this up.
Just make notes. We'll look up everything at the end of the show. It's like there's 2 Ultimate Warriors. Dominique Wilkins was his brother.
He's not this Wilkins. He's not that Wilkins. He's Gerald Wilkins. Yeah, they are brothers. I was right.
Dang. Okay. I never knew that.